Alright guys, we're going to talk about Season 9, Episode 9 of The Walking Dead.
We're back, baby.
We're back after this hiatus.
The dead just keep on walking, and they'll get where they're going eventually. Damn.
Yeah, so we're getting our first interactions with these people that are wearing the masks.
They're called the Whisperers.
Oh, did they say
I
that?
saw it on AMC.com when I went to watch the episode. No, it's in the damn... It's right there. You can't miss it. They keep doing this. They were like, we find out more about the Whisper... It was like in those bold or capital letters.
Who taught you to read?
The Whisperers. Oh my god, it's such a bad name.
Yeah, I did... I did happen to love the, like, all right, they're going to that box bridge. I think we can totally figure out who's a human. Shoots one in the leg, nothing. Shoots next in the leg, all the zombies start to get him.
That's one of my called out things. That's like one of my I use a little symbol next to like things that I want to make sure that I hit up during our discussions. That was the highlight of like the first like sequence for me, was Daryl going like, and then like shooting them in the legs and stuff. Like, oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. And like you can imagine like slowly walking towards Daryl, hoping he doesn't pick you next, and then he picks you, right? Yep. It was crazy though, because that proves that like the skins are kind of effective, but if you fall down and start screaming, the zombies do know it's you. So like, would they forget it's you if you then laid still or something? Like, how would you? I don't know how it works.
Like if you quickly played dead?
Yeah. Like, how does that work? I don't know.
I wouldn't risk it.
I don't know how I'm like, okay, this is happening. We just have to live with it now. I want to know how it works. So I'm like watching every scene trying to figure out how it works.
In the previous seasons where we saw them do something akin to this, where they were rubbing the zombie guts on themselves and walking, that only really worked because it was like fresh, gooey guts that have smell and whatnot.
It was a pungent, overwhelming, like decoy
to override their natural aroma. Now these guys don't seem to have anything like that. They're wearing the masks, but the masks are seem to be cured. Like they're people put them on, put them off. Their hair's not wet, messed up, or whatever.
It's not gooey at all.
I don't know if this would work.
It doesn't seem like it would work at all, and I've been saying that for I feel like a year, and it's driving me insane that that the best show on television has chosen this. It's probably from the comics. It probably makes sense in the comics, but it does not make sense here. And also, in the spooky graveyard, they have to like cut the mask off of that one guy. Or whatever. His whole back of his head is like stitched up or something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought this was like, oh, you are committed. This is like you are on Broadway. You do your own makeup and you are in this like gross stuff forever, or whatever. And then he just easily snatches off the one girl's mask.
I think some are like all masks.
Yeah.
Or socks or anything you put on. Some are tighter than others.
Sure.
Some people you're going to pull their shoe right off. Other people that shoe is going to drag a body.
I am aware of shoes.
So that's just my thought with that. I didn't have any qualms about how that worked.
It just made me go like, oh, okay, I guess that's fine. And her hair's not like done up or tucked in or hidden or anything. It's just normal. And I'm like, what is that? What? She has long hair. It's like a girl with long hair.
Yeah,
it's
zombies
so
are
dumb.
stupid.
Zombies are stupid. So what does it even matter? Like people, like what if I wore a motorcycle helmet? You can't see that I'm not a zombie under here. Like, would you still attack me? Yes. Like, what is the? It's so dumb.
Well,
I'm sorry.
If there wasn't somehow irrational strength of zombies, you would be fine in that motorcycle helmet. Like,
if there wasn't what?
Irrational strength.
Irrational strength.
Like they're able to like drag a horse to the ground and with their bare hands rip the meat from its body.
Sure.
They can kill a tiger. Like things are not in the realm or scope of reality. Because if they are able to bite through like skulls of living creatures, you'd think they could like bite through chain link fence.
Well, I just mean like it's not so much about could I be
destroyed.
It's could I be detected.
My comment was though, like if you were in any standard rated motorcycle outfit, you would probably be bulletproof to these things because think about what can you bite through. Even if we took away your knowledge of like, oh, that's going to hurt you to bite that hard.
Yeah,
how could you bite through my leather jacket? I doubt it.
Or I might damage my teeth, and I don't want to keep doing that. They have none of that, right? But like they're falling apart, so yeah, they shouldn't be able to get through like a motorcycle skid pads or whatever, right? Yeah, I know exactly.
It's like a half an inch thick. Like
pretty much exactly.
You're not getting through that.
Just give me a minute here.
Sure.
So like, I feel like you can just put a paper bag on your head and write the word zombie on it and cut 2 holes for the eyes, and that would be equally as effective as these stupid masks that they have. The masks must be, like, if the masks were to fool people, that makes sense. and you can sneak up on someone, and that's actually pretty scary. So throughout the episode, whenever anyone killed a zombie, I was like, wait a minute, because that one shot, I will give them credit in the spooky graveyard of the guy killing Jesus was really effective. The way the way they framed the shot, and they had him, kill a zombie, and he's going to kill the third zombie or whatever, and the guy, whoop, and like gets him. I'm like, whoa, that's great, that's awesome. But like in broad daylight, when they're just standing there and they have the goop around their eyes, and they're just like trail ends here. I'm like, you goofy bitch, stop it.
For the first time, we see a gun held by the zombie
by one of the people.
Because my thing too is I'm like, if you don't have guns, what chance do you have to win?
Of like anything,
we can walk with zombies. We kill zombies.
That's
like professionally
from a distance with our AK-47s because we just fought a giant war. Oh, well, so 6 years ago, maybe bullets are.
Her having a shotgun, or maybe that may have been him actually. As I think back.
No, that's Lydia's mother. That's obviously Lydia's mother.
Okay,
I hate this show so much. Sorry, keep going.
So we have our new zombie leader of the other group has a sawed-off shotgun, and I'm like, okay, so there's a gun.
Yeah.
It looked like it was in disrepair, but we have a gun.
Right.
So there actually could be a war here, because that's totally different. If you can sneak in with a horde, or silently bring a horde to your enemy's gate, and then shoot the fuck out of them, that could actually be effective. I don't know that I'd be wearing that mask if I wasn't near zombies, ever, because that's weird.
Well, again, to fake out humans, there's something to that or whatever. That kind of makes sense in a way.
Yeah, but, yes, to fake out humans to make them think you're a zombie, the thing they want to kill anyway. I guess that works.
No, that's that's the other side of it, right? Is I can just walk through the woods and they won't give me a second thought. And it's depending on where they're going and where you're going, you might just suddenly have an arrow through your head and fall down dead.
Yeah.
Right. So it's probably not a good idea. I'll be I'll just dress like a deer and go through the woods, and no one will mess with me because deers are in the woods. And it's usually, but not always.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. The episode. Well, I want to call out too. Really early on, they show a hand opening the cemetery gate.
Yeah.
And I felt like that would have been an awesome thing to show before we totally know that it's just people in masks.
You're totally right. You're totally right.
It's so dumb. Because
that would have been if that was step one of the evolution,
because
as an audience we see that, and then as the characters in the show they hear the whispers,
and it builds
that
up.
Could have been the 1-2 punch of wait a minute, what?
Wouldn't that have been dope? And they had the footage. Or they should have.
Yeah, no, that would have been much more effective.
It bothered me so much because I was like, that would have worked great. What are you doing?
What if you just weren't in the front? You think you could push your way to the front in a zombie horde and open the door?
I don't know what they're able to do to control the zombies or not. How quickly the zombies attacked that guy with the arrow in his leg made me think if you screw up even slightly and they realize you're not a zombie, you're just done. Right?
I don't know.
And I don't know what senses they're using.
What triggers them.
Yeah. And maybe they know better because they've been around them more or something like that. But I feel like the people who've been around them for an equal amount of time not wearing masks would also have learned things about zombies and know more tricks, which they do kind of, right?
You'd think.
I don't know. It's a whole thing. But they cart off Jesus. They're like,
they bring his body.
We gotta bring this body home. And there's a few shots where I was like, is he dead? What's going on? Why are they doing this? So they had him over their arms over the shoulder style, but then quickly he's slung over a horse, and I'm like, okay,
I never didn't think he was dead. I thought it was just a respect thing. We don't leave our dead for these.
Yeah, but just the way that they were holding him, I was like, what's happening here? This is kooky.
I liked Daryl's interrogation tactics.
Oh yeah.
That I'll play off the fact that this boy's in here and just sit outside and wait to see what happens. That's part 2 of the interrogation.
I wrote down, interrogation, this lady sucks. That was my notes.
Yeah, how old is she supposed to be, you
I
think?
don't know.
I was like...
Why do you ask? Because she seems to be acting not the age she looks?
I don't know. It's one of those things, it's are you supposed to be acting as a child or a bad actress? I don't know. It could be both.
Is this a bold choice or you're a bad actress? I can't...
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not
6 to 1?
sure.
Okay. Yep, I'm on the same page. Walls don't keep you safe, like as if okay, as if we thought for a second that she wasn't lying and bad and just like trying to manipulate or something like that. She has to launch into this crazy talk of like walls don't keep you safe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
She mentions her mother like 5 times, and then who I think is is her mother is the person with the shotgun at the end. As far as I know, we'll see if that pans out. But obviously there's a bunch of them, and obviously whatever. I was hoping that they would be fanatical cults,
That would have been a little bit more interesting. And
they still might be.
Could go in that direction.
I know. Because let me tell you something. I was sick a few weeks ago, and I for some reason rewatched Zack Snyder's Watchmen. And when Rorschach's mask gets torn off, and he's like, "My face!" and he freaks out or whatever. I was thinking about that here when he snatches off her mask, and she's just like, "I'm sorry," and it's this like goofy ass thing. I was like, "Oh man, this should have been like a very different thing, right? They should have been like, oh, we have to help this poor girl. She's so like attached. She like thinks she's like a zombie or some weird thing, and then she slowly starts to drop lines that are like creepy, like walls don't keep you safe. My mama told me that, and it gets like weirder and weirder, and then they're like, wait, what? What's going on? And she's like, I'm gonna, like you all are gonna join my family, and it says, oh, dun, 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 this whole thing happens or something.
How many do you think there are?
From that last shot we saw, well, don't we do the savior math where we see 26 people and that means that there's hundreds or whatever? Because then there's hundreds.
Well, it's hard to say because that's all who was right there. There also could be many other groups and stuff. If they're going to be any type of a challenge for our people here, though, like they have to be bringing a lot of A game to this fucking fight. They're going to want to get their daughter back, so I'm picturing there's going to be something like that. They might even use the 2 they've just captured as a trading, a little barter chip. But I can't imagine like. You'd have to have such numbers. Just having like we dress like zombies is such a shitty gimmick. If you're able to...
Sorry, just put that on the season 9 box set when you sell it in Walmart.
No, but it's a shitty gimmick unless like they're really using these zombies like herd animals and like we know exactly how to we're gonna send a wave of these at you and then we come at you from behind. You have to deal with this and we do that, which I guess has to happen.
Yeah.
But it's like, how are they doing that?
Like, if you told me about this, my mind immediately goes to, like, it's like a Mad Max crazy thing where they've constructed a whole society around the managing and worshipping, but of zombies, though, right? And it's this whole, like, amazing thing where they do all this stuff. And there's people, like, decked out to, like, blend in and, like, do that job. But then there's other people who are, like, wearing, like, a mixture of clothes and, like, guns and, like, functional stuff and like the mask, and they're all like fanatically into it, and they're like putting like blood around their eyes and doing all this crazy stuff. Like it's this deep thing.
If you had to make a horde attack your enemy, how would you do it?
The same way they lure the hordes away, I would just do that into my enemy.
I was thinking about it, and I get like it's
the saviors do it. They like lock down a car and then with like a loud thing inside and like bolt stuff around it so you can't like disable it.
Yeah.
They just fucking like drive it into the thing. I just kicked my leg out and the camera couldn't see it. Like that was super effective. The whole town, the whole like hilltop like wakes up and tries to go hack into this car to stop it. Meanwhile, it's so loud. The zombies are coming from like everywhere, like into the town.
I like the idea of building and growing a giant herd out in the middle of nowhere and bringing it in, like taking a couple of key zombies, like you say, oh, that one's fast, this one's fast, and like putting like 3 walkie-talkies on each one of them, like it's like one on his right arm, one on his left arm, one on his chest, and you just start like making the noise come from the direction you want to try to shift their walking habits.
Okay.
I don't know if that would work, but I picture like how you would steer a horse.
Well, they show like, and that I think is going to be key. Is like it's not just about whatever zombies. Like they show that like spiral, that like anthill death spiral type thing, where they can like whip up a horde. Like that's the main thing, because the hordes are just these hordes, or they call them herds, are just like naturally occurring things that happen. But they can like create a hurricane and then maybe aim it at you. Right? That's their like key thing.
Zombie Mancer is just fun.
Yeah. Oh my God. So now I'm back in. Now I want that. Oh man.
I'm curious to see how they implement it. almost more than the actual episode, and see
I
if
am
it's something I
curious
approve
to
of or
see.
think it's dumb.
Curious to see how much information we actually get,
Yeah.
because a lot of this stuff does not make sense, as I've been trying to say. But it doesn't have to make sense. It's just
No.
that if you're not showing me anything amazing, I'm going to start to wonder, if it makes sense. Daryl's interrogation technique. Do you think Henry is in on it?
No.
You think Henry's just doing what he would naturally do?
I think Henry is doing what he would naturally do. Daryl knowing Henry, using Henry to find out
Listen
more
in and
about
find
them.
out?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the most disappointing possible outcome. So Daryl and Henry were outside talking during Jesus' funeral.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe they had hatched a plan at that
Maybe.
point, right?
I try to never give this show any credit.
I know, and I really want him to be like, no, Lydia, because I've just been getting information from you the whole time, and she's like, what, and all that stuff. Oh, that'd be great if like 3 episodes from now, he's like gonna help her escape, and they're gonna go out and do stuff together, and then all of a sudden it's like Game of Thrones, where he's like, nope, we're back in the cell. Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, what? And then everyone's, like Michonne steps out, everyone's like, hey, by the way, we never fucking left. It's great, we did it. Oh man, they're not doing that.
No.
That would be great. I am concerned then. So if this is Henry in earnest, I'm concerned that he'll be like, oh no, they're people too. We gotta do some help over here, and he'll like go off and do something stupid or whatever.
Well, most likely.
Whatever he'll do will be stupid, obviously.
Let
But
us-
I just
let us
don't know
hope.
why. I don't see him like wearing a mask or whatever. That would be the other end of the spectrum of bad, right?
Yeah.
That we have to somehow navigate this middle area. But oh man, I don't know.
What else happens? Did we miss anything?
We missed a lot.
What do we got?
So, by the way, we talked a little bit about the people getting captured or whatever. I just wanted to fill that in. That is Luke, and his name is Alden, I think?
Yeah, he was like the new
The East Coast guy?
Yeah,
I
former savior.
I used to call him Good Prisoner.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I believe he was given a name, and that name
So
is
they
Alden.
got duped, and all the arrows that were plugging all those
Yeah.
zombies got put into trees to steer them away.
So did they steal arrows at any point? Or
I think those are the arrows from the
were
graveyard.
arrows left? Okay. Oh, whatever arrows were actually used.
Yeah, they pulled them out of the zombies.
Okay, there you go. I was gonna say, like, did I miss a scene where they stole or she dropped her like quiver or something like that? Yeah.
No, that's my guess. I don't have proof, but that would be where I would assume.
Well, that would
they
be
got
fine.
them from.
That's resourceful. That's consistent with the profile. They do all that development where it's like 2-man band, symphony of awesome, and all that stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And they go down the thing. Yeah, we already talked about it, but yes, they apparently get captured and they're apparently lured in by all that stuff. There was a cool zombie with a zombie on its foot thing.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Seemed to totally throw off Luke, which was very
Well, it's because
interesting.
your eyes are up at the mouth.
Yeah,
You think
it's
that's
wonderful.
dangerous, and all of a sudden your leg gets grabbed. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah, it was great.
this one had a congenital twin or whatever.
I liked his deal though, of like, I can handle this. What the hell is that? Like, like, falls down, all that stuff. I'm like,
Dude fucking
Okay.
javelins that dude from so
Yes.
far away.
he do.
And which made me think, I'm like, he's like when they first go upon what we think to be the mother in that scenario where they get imprisoned, you see like it's like, just that's a weird move. It's what's happening here, and you're like, all right, is Luke gonna get stabbed right here? And like, he's like, oh no, he noticed. Okay, clever girl. He noticed this is not like a
Oh,
standard
good.
zombie.
You thought he might keep walking towards
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, dude's gonna throw the javelin, and she's gonna go like,
Or like catch it.
that'd be a little.
That'd be
ballsy.
super dumb. Which is what I would like. I want things to be super dumb or like amazingly good. I hate the middle mediocre crap or whatever. Like some of the stuff, like some of like Michonne's dialogue in this episode was like very phoned in. There are various characters like not doing the thing. Real quick though, when you see who I'm gonna call Mama Whisperer. Was there. It's probably not even her or anything, whatever. So she like stands still, right? Then the shot keeps cutting around, and more zombies keep appearing. More like whisperer zombies just keep appearing, like
Yeah.
impossibly, where they couldn't have been there, or if they were there, you would have known or been able to see them coming. It was a super dumb thing, and then it cuts back. There's like a million
Well,
of
it's a
them
horror
there.
movie, you
Yeah.
see, so
It's so dumb. It's amazing.
you have to be able to walk as silently and as slowly, but as fast as you can.
You see, you gotta work on your cardio. That's the whole thing works.
Yeah. Leslie Vernon.
We'll talk more about the end, I guess, or whatever. Aaron is like to Michonne, yeah, I get it. No, we should be in separate groups. My bad, or whatever, right? That's how
Yeah.
we're supposed to interpret his grief over Jesus and all that stuff. Is like, this was a mistake. We shouldn't have been mixing
Well,
the groups or something. That's so
They've
bad.
made many mistakes. I don't know if this would be the one I would call out as their worst.
No.
they should just throw in the towel a lot.
No,
start over.
we still don't know what Michonne did back in the day, right? To make them all go like, I agree with what you did, but not the way you did it, or whatever's going on, right? I assume we'll learn more as time goes on.
Did you notice Michonne's hair was weird?
Yes, that's what I was. I almost said like her haircut makes no sense because last episode
it's like a perfect diagonal, like that takes up too much of the side of her head now.
She was like her haircut was different, I think, in episode 8, and we're still in the graveyard. No time has passed, and she looks different, right? Am I crazy?
I'm sure
I thought I was crazy.
She was filming more like superhero stuff. And
it's
it's
doing
all a
different
wig,
stuff, and there's another wig, or the wig people messed up. Oh, things like that though, and like her dialogue did not like the stuff she was saying. It just took me out of it. I was like, ugh, what's happening here? Speaking of which, what's happening here? Eugene gets zoned by Rosita like so hard.
I don't know if I would say he got zoned.
Okay.
He got hiatused.
Oh, you think
because
you think they're on pause?
I think it's a pause.
No.
I'm thinking that she wasn't ready for it at that moment, and in the next 2 episodes, I will give it a 2-episode clock.
Is Gabriel dead?
I don't know what happened to Gabriel.
Okay. Where's Gabriel?
He got kidnapped or whatever, didn't he?
What?
Wait, am I forgetting that?
Several seasons ago, I believe he got kidnapped.
I thought. Wait. Didn't he hook up with Junkrat and something happened?
Yeah, but but that all happened before.
Oh, that's before.
And then he was with Rosita, and we were like, "What are you like? This is like the soap opera angle, hardcore."
Yeah.
Let me just paint this picture for you.
Go ahead.
This means that Junkrat and Gabe, Junkrat, what is his name? Jadis. But her real name was like Anne. I hate this show. It's like a Lost now. So she's gone. He comes back like heartbroken, and I guess eventually gets with Rosita for reasons we're not clearly developed. In this episode, Rosita reveals that in the interim, her and Sadiq had some fun, and she's now pregnant with Sadiq's baby, right? And then poor Eugene has to hear all that from inside with his messed up leg and be like, nah, I keep getting the short end of the shaft and all that stuff, right?
And he wants to give her the short end of the shaft. I don't know. I feel like something could happen.
That's such a soap opera, though. That's so crazy. And to find out in this way, like, after the fact, this, like, weird, like, thing or something like that, it's so, like, cheap to me. It's so bad. I do not like it.
Yeah. We barely see Sadiq.
I like him, though.
I know, but we barely see him. He's not become a full-fledged character. He's like background dressing. This person's injured. Run over there. Oh, we're bringing in dead bodies. Are they alive? Can I help them? Let me reset your knee.
Okay. Yeah, he's a character where, like, visually he got, like, an upgrade. It's like in a video game where, like, there was a time skip and he, like, looks different. You're like, oh, cool. And then, like, but he's not, like, in the party. You're not using him on missions and stuff.
Well, because
it's weird.
I'd say that's realistic, though. You don't want to take your doctor with you. You should not send your doctor ever out of the safety of the inside.
But if you want the show to be more of a soap opera, again, to be critical, this is just the premiere. We may go back and fill things in. But, like, we used to cut back to Gabriel at home. We used to cut back to Tara or, like, what's her name? I forget all the characters' names. The old head of Alexandria lady and like her sons and all that stuff. We used to cut back to all that and get into some details about like how are we running the city, like what are we doing or whatever. And we're not getting as much of that. We got a little taste of it. Tara's in charge now, just by process of elimination, literally, because everyone keeps leaving or dying.
Well, Tara and then Michonne kind of appointed Daryl, even though she has no ability to do that.
I know. She's like, I need you here to make some decisions. So that may cause some friction, which I will actually enjoy that.
I do think that Tara will be like, Daryl, sure, what do you got?
Yeah,
because Daryl's a boss.
Yeah, I wonder. So, like, what I would like is for them to like come to some sort of like thing where Daryl tries to do something, and she's like, "Wait, I'm in charge," and it's this weird thing, and then stuff gets too real, and then she like,
goes to Daryl.
"Wait, I'm tough, but like this is like you're kind of tough," and he's like, "I know it, dog, come on," and he goes in and like takes care of stuff, right? That would be super interesting to me and like develop them both because they have that history where both of them wanted to kill that dude, right?
Yeah,
and like they kind of like had the weird flip flop. Dwight, yeah, they had the whole thing about that, so they have all this shared history of like stuff.
And I don't think there's really any encampment that's not like, what did Daryl want to do? like no. Daryl has proven himself everywhere in every way. Has saved all the people at some point.
And we got a little flavor from him too, where Michonne or somebody is like, "You didn't sleep up there, did you?" He's like, "What, the penthouse? Nah, dog picked it. It's fine." Like he slept like up on the embattlement or something like that. I'm like, "Oh, you're such a badass. It's great." Daryl's come all the way back around for me, where everyone loved Daryl in the beginning, including me. Everyone kept loving Daryl, but I was like, I don't know, he's all puffy and he's like, just walking around or whatever. But then after this time skip, I feel like Daryl, like from the woods, Daryl with the dog, Daryl. Like I like this Daryl more now. I'm feeling good about this Daryl. Do you want to know what else we missed?
Daryl dies, we riot T-shirt.
Daryl dies, we riot. Daryl will never die, because who else is on this show now? Daryl can't leave.
He's the only one.
Daryl got a raise, I assume.
He got many raises.
That's why he lost a few pounds and decided to stay on the show for a few more years. Do you want to talk about the last thing?
What do you got?
Negan!
Oh
my God! I hate this.
Why do you think, like, A, he takes another leather jacket from Sporting Goods.
It was Sporting Goods. I thought he was there for a bat. I was so upset.
Yeah, I thought he was going to see a bat in a mannequin's hand or something and take it, but no. But yeah, like dogs are chasing him and shit, and I'm like, all right, that's pretty good.
Okay.
It makes sense. There would be packs of wild dogs.
I wrote down dogs, question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. Because I was like, this show forgot that dogs existed until just now. Because, like, there would be packs of, like, roving wild dogs everywhere. And they'd be, like, mismatched of, like, house pets and different dogs.
I don't know if they would be everywhere.
Somewhere.
Because I think for a while, any dogs would have been taken in as food.
Quite possibly. I don't know, but I think it is not unrealistic to feature wild dogs.
No, not at all.
Which are in real life, not only after the apocalypse. Like they should have been.
I don't think it would be unrealistic to feature any amount of animals because without men to hunt down deer, there'd be so many deer. Yeah. And with that, but like zombies do grab animals when they can get them.
But any animal that can, and it would actually have been super interesting. Any animal that can easily avoid zombies would flourish, right? Yeah. And any animals that eat those animals would, right? You'd have this whole new food chain.
Yeah, there should be a crazy amount of birds.
It would be awesome. Yeah, right. And like, so this episode, like things like that always make me go like, oh yeah, like why is this not an issue, right? Man.
It annoys me because really, it would be any skittish animal would probably survive.
Yeah.
Because all you're at, like dogs that would try to fight, would lose because you're biting my arm and now you're dead.
And then you lose. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, any
but I like
any herbivore, you'd think there'd be like an abundance.
And we saw a few deer in that one episode that one time.
Yeah, but you'd think that the party could be hunting. After it's been 8 years of no hunting season.
Right.
After, like, if you miss a hunting season, I think there are so many deer.
If the hunting season gets shortened due to, like, weather or, like, other issues or whatever, or, like, politics, it causes, like, repercussions for years, I think, right? Yeah, exactly. No, it's amazing. So, like, things like that just, like, blow my mind. Or I'm like, wait a minute, there would be dogs. And then he, like, opens the door and there's a zombie. He's like, okay, fine, you deal with it. And just shoves the zombie in there and you're, and all so I'm like, okay, good. This all makes sense. I like this a lot.
It would be more difficult to deal with 3 dogs and a zombie by far.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's wonderful. I liked a lot of this Negan the Wanderer like thing. It reminded me.
You like that he comes back though?
No, that's the worst thing ever. While he's out there, I'm okay with it. So, okay, he gets out. We pick up right where we left off. It's the dead of night. He eats a tomato, right?
Like, loves that shit.
Oh my God, because he must only get some other, like, he
gets tomatoes.
He had a sandwich in his cell.
That was the first one he had from Freedom, though.
I was just going to say, the sweet tomato of Freedom, like, helped him so much, whatever. He loved it, yes. And then all of a sudden, it's like daytime. It's like morning, straight broken morning. Mm-hmm. And he's changed his clothes and has a shovel. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how long that would have taken. I don't know why it's daytime. And then Judith is there. I'm like, oh, that's why. Because Judith has to be there and it has to be daytime for some reason.
Yeah.
It's so cheap. I'm so upset.
I think we saw her with this exact gun in like the episode where she saves those 6 people or whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Seeing it in this episode, though, I was like, I think that would snap her wrist like a twig.
It looks like a large gun, yes, for her. That's a lot of gun for you, little lady. And I liked, you're not letting me go, you're just not seeing me leave. And I'm like, oh, you charmer, and all that stuff. But yeah, while he's like climbing up the fence and like doing his whole thing, I'm like, did they show him like doing push-ups and stuff in his cell? Like, should he be like able to like function properly and like get around and stuff?
I assume he was keeping up.
I guess. Wouldn't that have been a great thing to show? so you could see some stuff. I always think about in Terminator 2 with Sarah Connor in her cell, like sweaty, like doing pull-ups and stuff, and being like, Judgment Day is coming. I know I have to be ready and all that stuff. I would love some weird stuff with him in his cell because we have a time skip, so we could have showed off him like doing like stuff and like sit-ups and being like, I'm a badass and all that stuff, and then being like, I don't know if I like this or something like that. Gotta stay fit. Not gonna be in here forever.
Yeah.
So he's now the shoveler. He's out there.
Well, then he became the piper.
Briefly, yes.
Well, what did you think about Judith shooting his front tire out?
It's insane. The whole thing's insane.
Yeah. He comes flying to the ground. She shot out his tire.
Okay, I literally wrote down, wait, that wasn't a dream sequence or something like that. I thought he was still out there and was just dreaming about coming back because she said, if you come back, I'll shoot you. That's why she's suddenly in the middle of the road. That's why suddenly she's shooting him and he falls off the motorcycle. But the scene keeps going and I was like, wait, no, that's an obvious dream sequence. He's supposed to wake up and that's supposed to be him now in this empty sanctuary, right? He goes in, he whistles, right? He has that thing with his dead, old buddy underling guy or whatever. There's all this development.
Big Rich or something?
Something Richie, yeah. Big Richie, loyal to the end. And then he goes away. He's like, no, come back. Like he's like insane. It's great. It's all these wonderful things happening. And I thought he was gonna wake up still there, like with like dripping stuff and like this shitty place.
Yeah, it'd be a lot better.
And just picture like, well, now I have no place to go.
I
can't go back.
Like I can understand the going back.
Yeah,
because it's like, okay, I now know there are no saviors left. I have nothing here. I have no supplies. I have no food. I have no nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't so bad being in my cell. I got my food, whatever. But I feel like it should take more than a day. There should be like months of him scraping by, drinking rainwater. Like
it is a literal crime. You had him escape at your season finale, half-season finale.
Yeah.
To make us all wonder what the implications of that were going to be, and then within the first episode, it's not like he's been out there, like to your point. It's not like we can imagine what it must have been like. And he's got his big beard again, and he's like, I'm out here, there's nothing out here for me, and he's crazy and comes back. It's literally like he went out for like a day trip. He got like a day pass to go out and visit his old place and come back. It's literally like a day,
dumb.
Right? It's really dumb, and it's like a crime. It's like cheap, and it makes me go like, wait a minute, why'd you even do that? Can I even believe anything that ever happens ever? Because maybe next episode, within the same episode, you might just undo it and be like, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Well, it could still happen from now, because on their way back, they could be attacked by zombie faces.
Oh, they will. Oh, no. That's right. He's out with Judith now, and they're on foot because she's destroyed his motorcycle, so they're going to be
somehow
vulnerable.
even ran.
How
long was he in jail for?
What? Like those 6 years, I guess. What do you mean?
So he's in jail for years.
Oh yeah.
And he breaks a hole in the wall where his reserve supply is.
My extra stuff in the
wall. And
he
he pulls out his bike, and not only is the gas good, but the battery still works.
There's
maybe it's a kickstart, and I can forgive.
But there's no corrosion. All the tubes, all the pipes, everything's fine. I'm not even down to that level yet of nitpicking, and I'm already out. I'm already hating it for various reasons. What else did we skip over? Those rats were cool in there, though. He builds everything back up, whatever. Yeah, we hit it all. Oh, he vomits, and I was like, wait.
He drank the water from the pond.
Yeah, but I was like, wait, what is that supposed to signify? That's so quick.
You can't drink that.
Was he actually out there for a long time? What's happening?
Oh, it wouldn't take that long.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did he not know that? He used to live in the world.
Well, I think it's that he was just so thirsty, you don't care.
They didn't really play that up. They just show him drinking.
The show's not good. All right, guys, that's pretty much everything that happened in this episode of The Walking Dead. Let us know in those comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.